Hey everybody, we've got another Sonos Connect to look at. Connect amp is the model. This particular one was sent to me by somebody who said it hasn't worked in a while. And the complaint was no power. So let's confirm. First I gotta switch it to 110. And to switch the voltage, slide that over. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Which is exactly what they said would happen. Nothing. So, first thing we need to do is pop the top off. If I remember, there were clips, yep. Just take my spudger and, wow, that somebody else might have been, no, it just pops up that easy, I guess. There's the clips. And you saw that just came right up. Worked out pretty good. And there's the inside. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. First time I worked on one of these, I went in through the bottom. Found out I should have gone in through the top. Oh, that's right, there's one under here, or two under here. Here's the, there we go. It is now voided. Even though it's probably been expired for a few years now. There we go, there's the internals. This is the brain. That's the Wi-Fi board. You know, audio and LAN and everything coming through here. And they go down through this board to feed into the amp. Now I don't see anything obviously burned, but I'm suspecting the fuse, possibly the bridge rectifier, maybe the MOSFETs or diodes like before. But before I go and pull these clips off, because these are a huge pain in the butt, I think we will get the bottom off, or maybe I'll pull this board out first. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me pull that board out. Oh, no stupid. I'm trying not to peel the label off if I can help it. So instead, yep. Oh, this one was dropped, I guess, at one point. Well, I'll fix that. That's no big deal. Just some, just some glue will take care of that. Nice clean break. Ooh, that end came off. Well, we'll fix that. Let's see, did that come off too? Pulled apart though. There we go. There we go, there's the bottom. So, set the fuse. Oh. This goes under here. There's the fuse, that little brown circle down there. Alright, fuse is definitely open. Let's go to the bridge. So far, so good. We might just have a bad fuse. Let's see, these guys are checking out. And let's check out these diodes. Alright, that's normal. That looks good. That looks good. Now let me just go across the output. Make sure there's no shorts there, and there's not. Looks like we might just literally have a bad fuse. Alright, well, I'm going to pop the fuse out. And then, in fact, I'll mark it. And that's what I'll be replacing. So let's head to the iron. Alright, so let's get a little flux. And let's wet the solder. Let's try the pump first. Nope. I mean, it was okay, but a little more flux. And then we'll hit it with the wick. Yeah, that works a lot better. I can see the hole open up. 5 amp 250 volt. There we go. It's a 5 amp 250 volt fuse. So let me see what I have. I do have a 5 amp fuse. It's not the same form factor. It's a standard glass fuse. Oops. But I have it protected so it won't hit anything. So I'm going to see if I can get this in there. Yeah, I gotta clean those solder pads out a little bit. Where is it? Right there. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of solder and then we'll wick it out. There we go. Now let's just make sure everything fits. Almost. Almost. All right. Those holes are ready. Just make sure these ends are ready. Oops. All right. So I'm going to solder the one side in so it stops flopping around, and then I'll get that small wire in. All right, so that'll kind of tack it. Now I can get the There we are. And just gonna touch up the AC plugs a little bit. Alright, so fuse is replaced. Now we need to plug it into my little ballast thing and see if it's shorted somewhere else. So stay tuned. Alright, I have it plugged into my little test light thing. Turn the switch on, this should flash bright or brighter and then kind of dim out. Then we should see something on here. If this just stays bright and we see nothing on here, then there's something else shorted. So let's see. Nope. And there's our standby light. When it blinks like that, that means it's associated with an account, but it's not connected to the internet. So that tells me I can start putting it back together and then plug it right in. Alright, so now we can start putting it back together. First thing I want to do is get the standoff back in. That's a little tricky. Especially if I don't take the board out, because that has to go under there. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to cheat a little. I'll just slide that under and put the screw in. Then we'll put that underneath. There's a plug under here. Now that corresponds with this feller. So let's see, it goes this way. Yeah, I remember that being weird. It's like double threaded. This part's threaded, and then it goes into that standoff. Alright. Now when I repaired that one end that came off, just a little dab of solder to hold the brass back together, and then I checked everything for continuity, make sure nothing was shorted, and it was fine. So yeah, I'll feed this back up after the screws are in. Alright, so that's the bottom. Let's feed these wires back through. Then I'll need to put the bottom on. The bottom has a broken piece, so I'm going to get some glue. We'll glue that up. And to glue this, I'm going to use model cement because it will melt the plastic together. Ooh, a little too much came out. We'll just turn it, because what actually happens is the glue literally melts the plastic so that it becomes one again. I could probably try acetone to do the same thing. Now I'm just pouring the cement all, or just, tilting it so the cement all rolls around. What I might even do is just kind of tap it with a soldering iron to hold that while it dries. And there we go. What I essentially did was pretend that's a soldering iron tip, just a Torx driver, and then just gently went around the crack and just pushed a little bit. That way when I'm pushing on the crack, it makes it, kind of roll in on itself, and then tacks it in place. It's actually pretty sturdy. Once the glue dries, it'll be fine. And we'll just peel up where I took the screws out. And we'll put those in by hand. Push that back down. And then this was the broken one. I think this thing was dropped, or it fell. There's a little mark right there from where it hit, so maybe that's what broke the plastic. I mean, it's not a big deal. I could have just left it, but while I have it open, try to do it right, or at least do it well. Alright, so they're all in, feet are all back down. So I want to plug it in. We're plugging it into the... Oh, wait, actually I'm not going to plug it in. First I want to reconnect all these fellas. Let's see, what's that say? ZH2 1. Let's see, this one goes here. And it really doesn't matter which one they plug into. They're all the same frequency antenna. It's not like they're tuned for different frequencies. Just getting them inside that glue, it's a little difficult. There we are. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. It's all back in. Now, let's plug it in, and we should get that little light flashing, or the fuse is going to pop again. There we go. Boy, this is great. I'm really glad I didn't have to take the take the label off the back to take this board out. There's screws hidden behind here, as you'll see in my other video, and here to take out that switch. I did it without mangling the sticker too bad, but you know. So that goes back in. Let's put our void screw back in. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. I imagine they do this for clearance. And then this larger screw can go there. I could see the marks. Looks good. I like that. So now, let's get the lid. Here's the top. Let's see, there's that little cutout in the front that lines up with that, so I should be able to just, yeah. Let's plug it in one more time. And then we'll check the output for DC. Alright. Now, unfortunately, I can't run sound through it at this bench because I don't have the gentleman's account set up. But what I can do is verify the outputs are DC free. So if I go there and there, I get nothing on the meter, which is good. There and there, nothing on the meter. To go. I'll give this a little bit of a cleaning. Kind of clean the dust off it. But this thing's ready to go back into use. Just wipe those connectors off. Personally, this tape goo or whatever it is over here is bugging me. So looks like there was a sticker, probably some tape holding the wire down, would be my guess. There we go. I like it. Contact the gentleman and let him know his Sonos, after a few years of being silent, can make some noise for him again. So if you have any questions about your Sonos or anything really, drop it in the comments, or check my about page if you want to email me. If you don't subscribe, think about subscribing. Don't have to, but you know, why not? What do you got to lose? But most importantly, thank you for watching.